Hello, welcome to the video. In this video, I will be giving out the reviewer now for your midterm exam. The coverage is from Unit 1 until Unit 6.4, although I did not focus more on Unit 6.3 and 6.4. There are siguro kaning a few questions nga connected to those concepts, but I did not particularly or deliberately pick questions from there because I know siguro sa inyo hauban kay naapay wala siguro mo tanaw sa video kay I saw ano no little traction from the videos that I shared sa GC. Wala siguro yung oras or chose to have no time to watch it. So na sa inyo ha, if you won't watched it, na gyud na inyo ng choice. Okay, but anyway, para di po tatantong blanco during the exam, because regardless of the constraints no that we had, like the time constraint, the schedule constraint, and even no the lecture constraint, kay dili physically always nga makaklase ninyo ha, because of how hectic the schedule is because of the different activities nato karon. But yeah, mao tong i-create ng video unta supposed to be to supplement the missed nga lectures. So I don't know, kamo ang bahala kung sa inyo ang ganahan. Anyways, this video will serve as help sa inyo ha during the exam, so you would have an idea what to answer. If you have really no idea what to answer, and then also dili pud kayo tantong low ang scores, at least matabang-tabangan ra ba ang scores. Okay, so you will have 3 tests sa inyong exam. You have test 1, which is multiple choice. So same lang gihapon ang kaning setup, na ay box full of choices. You pick the correct choice from the list of choices, and you write the letter of your answer in the space provided before the number nga imong gi-try og answer. And test 2 will be true or false. Again, I want you to read the instructions carefully, no? I might include a trick instruction in there, and of course, if magdilanghag ta, even if your answer is correct, for example, true ang answer sa number 1, then kaning danghag man ta, wa man ta mo sa instructions, so obviously you would be wrong kay wala ka mo follow og instructions. Okay? And then for test 3, we only have 3, but number 1 has like sub computations niya, but dili po siya nga na po grabe po kataas ang calculation. So I know you would be able to finish it in time. Okay, so ang questions nini actually that you would see, and also you would hear me reading, are already the questions that you would see sa inyong examination paper, no? But this is not written in order sa yun sa ako siya pagsuwat dito sa test paper. These are randomly arranged dinhi, and what I want you to do is just familiarize the question, the concept. I will also tell the answer, so you can either memorize the answer or be familiarized kay di man ni sunod sa inyong examination paper anyway. So, moto, i-try lang kung familiar, or kung ganahan gid mo i-memorize ninyo, kamo ang bahala. Okay? We start with test number 1, multiple choice. We'll go over this quickly kay limited ra akong time. Napa ko another video nga buhaton for another section or another grade level good section. Sige, first question, what do you call the dispersion or variability of population? So, ang key term din ni are variability, masayon siya i-identify kung kana akong word nga focus, and population. So when you talk about variability, the thing that should come into your mind is the word variance. Okay, so we compute for variance to identify how dispersed, how different, how far away the data or the scores are from each other. Now, you can calculate variance based on the group that you're focusing on. You can calculate the variance of the population, or you can calculate the variance of the sampling distribution. Okay? But for this case, it's talking about variability of the population. Okay? So the answer for this one is population variance. Variance. So, kung na sumpay. Okay? Let me change the color to yellow para mas klaro siya sa ato ang dahon din. Okay? Question number 2, or second question. Again, this is in no particular order sa examination paper. What associates a numerical value with every outcome of an experiment? So if you remember from our Unit 1, Lesson 1, we talked about no kaning when we do certain experiments, especially if you're expecting an outcome from that experiment, we sometimes associate or we sometimes delegate or put values to specific outcomes so we can easily compute for specific data niya, or I didn't even word it as specific data, but instead we put values to certain outcomes. Like for example, when we roll a dice, we can have 6 possible outcomes. So instead of just writing them as outcomes, we write the values of each of the possible faces of the dice that you can get. Okay, for example, pwede nimo makuha 1 sa dice, pwede 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can make use of those numbers in calculating for certain probabilities or even gani averages in some cases. Especially sa ato ang topic sa sampling distribution, where we focus on computing for the mean or the the average. Okay, so for this one, we associate numerical value for every outcome that is actually related to random variable. Okay, katong x mga dako, if you still remember kanong ani, ay sorry, kung ana nga letter. Okay, and then we continue with something set din hidden, so sudla nato dihag numbers. Okay, so that is the answer, random variable. So na po isuwat, so you would have a note. Okay, third question. It represents a normal distribution. Now, if you remember from I believe that's unit 3, we started talking about normal distribution of continuous random variable. There are different concepts there that we included. We had the probability density function, where we were introduced to a certain formula nga niana mo gani nga taas siya, and lisod siya i-memorize, but I told you not to memorize it anyways. We will be mainly focusing on the other concepts nga na mentioned dito, which is a particular curve that we use to visualize what a normal distribution is, or kung saan may siya pagkahanay ang atong normal distribution. And that particular representation is what you call the normal curve. Or we call it Gaussian curve or bell curve. Kaya di ba bell man yung itsura? Mura siya bell nga. Wala lang sa gunitanan. Or Gaussian curve. Okay? Fourth question, distance between a given value of x and the mean. Now, if you remember, I believe this is unit 4, we discussed about kaning instead of, di ba sa ato ang usually to mag-compute sa normal, identify ta sa aning area or probability of date scores given a particular normal curve nga nagamit og mean and standard deviation of kaning random variables, then trying to pinpoint specific locations among normal curve using raw scores is difficult. Kay di ba usahay na yung mga 100, for example na atong mean is 100 unya ang atong standard deviation is mga point something. Okay, so locating certain location which does not really fall sa standard deviation will prove itself difficult. Lisod siya a pinpoint unless we use a particular type of normal distribution, which is what we call the standard normal distribution. Diya pa siya mas musayon og locate kay, for example, kung above the mean siya, then you'd expect the standard deviation from our mean above will be +1 kung 1 standard deviation away, 2 kung 2 standard deviation, and 3 positive kung 3 standard deviation, as well as kung padung sa ubos or below. So you have -1, -2, and -3. So it's much easier to locate nga. For example, makakuha ka og score, like after nimo naggamit sa formula aning answer diri, you would get like -1.51. So kahibaw ka nga, it's in between 1 standard deviation and 2 standard deviation nga below the mean, because it's -1.51, so it's between 1 and -1 and -2. Okay, so the answer for this one is calculating for the z-score. Z-score ang imuhang gamiton to identify the distance of the value x from the mean itself. Okay? So, mo siya measurement niya. Pila maka standard deviation ng iyang kalayon. And that is the z-score. Next question, fifth question. Used to show the graph of a probability mass function. Now, if you remember from our unit 2, when oh yeah, I think it's lesson 1, I believe. That's lesson 1. You encountered a figure. I will say it's a figure where the it looks like something like this, where this one is the probability of the random variable, and here are the random variables sa ubos. Okay? Then we draw boxes sa iya ha, until nga makover nimo ang tanang random variables nga gimension or na include sa imuhang probability mass function. Okay? And this particular image is what you call the histogram. Histogram ang tawag niya. So it's used to show graph of a probability mass function. Okay? Next question. What do you call the smaller group or subset of a population? So this is simple. When you have the big group or audience nga gitarget sa imong particular research baka ha, or imuhang study, then you call that the population. But if the population is too big, like big yun nimo visibly kayang i-interview baka ha or i-survey ang tanang tao, if tao ang imong target audience, daily outcome, if dili mo kaya tanang tao sa population nga i-cover for your survey or your interview, then you can get a smaller group from that population and hoping for not really hoping, and theoretically getting the data of the population using that smaller groups population, smaller groups data, and that particular group is what you call the sample. Okay? Next question. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th question out of 12. I'll give you 12 for this test 1 as giveaway questions. So, 7th na question. Continuous probability distribution where most of the scores tend to be closer to the mean. Now, if you remember, we were introduced to the concept that is believed among different researches nowadays. If you do random researches in the field, like outside, then sometimes it tends to have scores that are near the mean, and then it spread slowly out towards maybe 2, 1, 3 standard deviation away from that mean. Okay? And the form of that particular graph, kung mag-graph man gani ka atong imuhang scores, will be slightly like a bell shape or more siyang bell shape, more siyang wave sa dagat. And that particular probability distribution where we use continuous random variable is what we call the normal distribution. And I believe na-mention din ako sa ato ang discussion, and hopefully you still remember. Okay? Next question, ika-8 niya question, I believe. Yeah, I think that's correct. Next question, set of possible outcomes of a random experiment. Now, we had this, if I'm not mistaken, at Unit 1, where we tried to figure out the possible outcomes of a certain experiment. Like, for example, if you throw a coin, how many possible outcomes can it have? Okay? And those outcomes nga imong malista in figuring that out, those will be part of the sample space. So the answer for this one is sample space. Okay? Next, what is a less stable graph or probabilities associated with each possible values of a discrete random variable. Okay, now for this one, let me just verify. Okay, I might be wrong, so I want to double check. Where is that again? List of table. It's the next question. Okay. Now, if you encounter this one, di ba, kung naa kay list table or graph, it's usually tabular atong gigamit. And that in that particular table, we see the probability of a random variable from happening. Okay? So, it's a table. And when you have a table, you usually call it a distribution. But for this one, since we're pointing out probabilities, your answer for this one is probability distribution. Okay? And you have this in your notes as well. So, pwede niyo i-check dito. So, ang answer for this one is probability distribution. It will vary depending on what type of random variable you are using. It could be probability mass for discrete random variable or probability density for continuous random variable. Okay? Next question. It measures how far apart the set element are spread out. Now, if you remember from our question number 1 here, okay, the answer is population variance because it talks about variability of the data of the population. Okay, so population variance. Now, this one tells you that it measures how far apart. Now, recall variance tells you how far apart datas are. So, the answer for this one is variance. But since it's not talking about, and like for example, a sampling distribution or population, then the answer is just variance alone. Kaya wala siya sumpay, variance alone lang siya. Wala siya mention nga how far apart the set element of a population are spread out. Wala siya mo na. Wala siya mo na nga how far apart the set sample mean of the sampling distribution are spread out. Wala siya. So the answer is just variance alone. Okay? Next question. Unsa may type of random variable ani? Earnings in the savings account. Now, if you remember, I took this question from your this December, November. I think November. November ninyo nga monthly exam. Okay? Where this is just a identification what type of random variable, is it discrete or continuous random variable. Now, when you talk about discrete numbers that are whole numbers or integers, and pwede po siya decimal, but katong decimal nga very kaning specific ganing ang nasa ending ang iyahang number of or maiwaan yung mga na limit gani ang decimals niya, di siya mulapas og 2 decimal places baka or 3 decimal places. But for non-confusing reasons, para dita ano lang, grammar to siya. Para dita malibog tanan, okay? So I told you to stick with thinking discrete random variables are whole numbers or integers in some cases, and for the continuous random variable, those are the numbers that has or just decimals. Okay? Pwede siya naay decimal or pwede decimal gyud siya. Okay? Now, earnings in a savings account is about Philippine peso. Importante lang Philippine peso. Now, for Philippine, putol ang video. Pero sige na lang. Anyways, continue tanong. So, for, what do you call this one? For earnings in savings account, it's actually kung ano, naa siya whole number nga part, which is just the peso part, and napod siya decimal part, which is the centavo part. Okay, so since there is a decimal, you can call this type of numbers nga inyo makita sa earnings as kuan siya kaning continuous random variable. So ang answer ani is continuous random variable. Okay. For the last question din sa itong listahan, we have, what is the result when you square root the standard? What do you call the result when you square root the variance? Okay, and it's not even saying sa question diri sa akong test paper kung unsa siya nga klase sa variance. Okay, just plain variance na yun siya. So what do you call that particular value? Okay, remember that variance and standard deviation are two related concepts. So when you see the symbol sigma square, that tells you that it is a variance ang iyang value. But if you remove the square by squaring by applying square root to the variance, then the result is the standard deviation. So the answer for this one is standard deviation. Okay, let's proceed to test 2. This is true or false again. So I give you, I think this is 8 questions here out of 15. So gawin na lang inyo ang problema nga kaning sugubangon in answering the kaning exam. Okay, so let's answer question 1 quickly lang kay hapit na pod ko mapaong kay katug na ko. In repeated random sampling, it will provide mean values of the samples and frequency of the mean values. Now, if you remember sa ato ang discussion about random sampling or sampling distribution in general, di ba naman to part nga magtali ta sa mga samples if wala pa siya tally of samples nga i-provide ang problem. So, diri ang number, diri ang samples, and diri sa kadalasan ang mean, kay sample mean man usually atong pangitaon. Then, after that, di ba, pahimuon ta mo another table where na makitaan nga mean, frequency, and the probability of each of the mean, okay, nga values. Now, take note ha, this is doing, kaning first na to nga part, this is doing repeated random sampling. Di ba, makakita mo different samples din hi. So, we did repeated random sampling para makakuha ta of different samples. So, you can visualize that using the tallying of the samples. So, morning first na to nga table. The second table is the sampling distribution itself. If you see the frequency and the probability, then that is the sampling distribution. Now, what are you seeing the sampling distribution? You would see the mean values nga imong nakuha from all of the samples katong naa diri sa third column, and also the frequency of those mean values kung kapila nagbalik-balik tong mean values. So di ba makita nimo sa tong sampling distribution ang frequency nga column, which I only added ha sa ato ang discussion. Sa inyong study guide does not really actually add that sa ilahang table, but it will, for in my opinion, it's a great help no to write down the frequency for each of the mean values, cause and creating the probability nga data kay imo naman lang siya i-divide sa number of samples nga na-create nimo. Okay, so the answer for number 1 is actually true na siya. You would see the mean values and the frequency of those mean values, okay, when you do repeated random sampling. Second question, the variance of the sampling distribution of the sample mean is equal to the product of the population variance and the sample size. Now, take note, and I believe some of you were not able to participate in the discussion of this particular lesson. So, when you have a variance of a sampling distribution, it is actually just equal to the population variance divided by the sample size. So, meaning this is the relationship between the sampling distribution's variance and the population's variance. Okay? Now, take note, the operation we're doing here is fraction or division. Okay? So, you should see in the definition here, the word division. But instead, you're seeing product, which is supposed to be, okay, division man, quotient. So, the answer for number 2 is false. Number 3, the notation and quantity of 50, 10 tells us that the mean is 50 and the standard deviation is 10. Now, if you remember from our discussion about normal distribution, you can make a notation of the normal distribution using katong murag na ay coordinates, no, where na ay pasabot ang first part and na pasabot ang second part. The first part actually talks about the mean of the normal distribution, and the last part tells you the standard deviation of the normal distribution. Now, take note, mean man ang 50, and ang ato ang standard deviation is equal to 10. Now, let's read again the question. The notation ko nga n is equal n quantity 50, 10 tells us that the mean is 50, correct? And the standard deviation is 10. So, the answer for the third question rather, is true. Or second question, third day. The answer is true. Next, counting orders in an online shop is a continuous random variable. Okay, take note, discrete random variables are whole numbers, and continuous random variable are numbers that can have decimal or can be decimal or will have decimal. Okay? Na siya decimal or pwede decimal na lang gyud siya daan. 0 na siya ba ang iyang nag-una. Okay? Now, counting orders na nag-count ka sa order will only give you whole numbers no. Like for example, ang kaning client nako kay naghatag rag 1 order, ang second client nako naghatag 10 ka book order. So walay 10 and a half order because we're dealing with orders. Ang quantity sa imong orders will be inside the order, but the order itself is different. Usa ka order is usa ka order. Okay? So the answer for number 4 or the fourth question will be false. Because whole number man siya supposed to be that is discrete random variable. Next, fifth question. Variance of 0 means identical values. Okay? I mentioned this, I believe, sa ato ang unit 2 about the variance of the discrete random variable, where I said nga if the datas are the same or the random variables are the same, then you'll most likely get a variance of 0. Okay, so when you encounter a variance of 0, it tells you that the datas or the scores that you have, I think my mistake ko, dili sa unit 2, I think around the computing for the continuous the variance of the continuous random variable, then unit 3 na siya. Okay, so it means that the datas are identical. Okay, so the answer for this one is true. Oh no, I will not write the identity. I want you to listen to what I will say para dili mo magsalig sa unsay isuwat kay wasig inyo rang basahon picturean na ninyo ninyo ra ning ipang kaning inyo ra nang picturean tapos mao ra inyong basihan og tuod. So I want you to listen para ma-training atong mga daunggan. Next, ka-6 na question, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sakto. Ka-6 na question. So we only have may ka-6 na ba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sa today. So, ari na ta diri no. So, na ako i-remove no kay ni sobra ta. Delete. Ayaw mo pag-delete. Ito. Sige. So, kung ayun yun na screenshotan or ma-post ninyo, inyong kanang tanaw din kamo na lay answer. Okay? Hindi na ko answeran. Sige, let's proceed to the 6th question. Alita sa kaning the areas. The areas between 1 and 2 and 3 standard deviations away from the mean are not stated by the empirical rule. Now remember when we talked about the normal distribution, di ba? There are specific rules that indicate or that define rather the areas under the curve that are 1 standard deviation away from the mean, 2 standard deviation away from the mean, and 3 standard deviation away from the mean. And those are part of the empirical rule. Di ba katong 68 point something, 26 mangguro to, or 95.44, or 99.7 something, or 97 ba to? Something. Okay? So those are actually defined by the empirical rule. So the answer for this question, because unknown, is false. Ikalima ko mga hindi. Yapsar ha? 1. O, sakto lagi. Ikaw anong nabuang na dito. Saan naman eh? Sige naman nag-erase. The answer for this question is false. Okay, not man ko no, not stated. So the answer is false. It is stated in the empirical rule. Okay. Next, the 7th question. The probability of each outcome is -1 to 1. Now, if you remember sa inyong grade 10, it was already discussed sa una unsay values nga imong ma-expect when you're dealing with probabilities. Okay? And we recalled this, or we try to tamper on your prior, not tamper, we try to touch base on your prior knowledge from grade 10 of the values of the probability, no, and it is in between 0 and 1 supposed to be. So the answer for this one is false. Question 8, last question. The notation for 2 standard deviation below the mean is mean plus 2 standard deviation. Now, we discussed about the 6 different interpretations of the scores. we had the interpretation that uses the subtraction operation and the one that uses the addition operation. Now the addition operation means they are above our mean, and not division, subtraction operation means that the scores are below our mean. Now for this one, it's stated here that it's 2 standard deviation below. So supposed to be what you're gonna see is operation ng subtraction. But the notation that you're seeing after that statement is, or after that part of the sentence, is mean plus 2 standard deviation. So it uses plus. So the supposed to be that this is subtraction. So the answer for this question is false. Now let's go to the let's go to the test 3 no. So this is the problem solving part. I will be giving you 3 questions there, but number 1 has like sub computations or sub parts. But it's fairly easy to me, and I know that you can do the calculations as well. So saligi lang inyong kagalingon na makain ninyo og sulbad siya. Okay, so for test 3 I will provide pointers, or remember lang siya. So remember how to compute for the mean and variance of the discrete random variable. So the formula is mu, or expected value, is equal to the summation of x times p of x. Now remember, ang x times p of x ay katong nagforma ganita og, or na ganitay table, okay? Di ba naman to siya yung ani, natay x ug natay p of x no. Let's say for example provided lang siya. So to get the x times p of x na part, you just have to add another column and then write x p of x, where what you do is just multiply ang values dinhi kada isa nila. Okay, kada isa ka pares imong i-compute ang ilahang multiplication or product, then you put the answers here tupong sa ilahang column sa x times p of x. Now once you're done that, since it's talking about summation, then you would add everything, and that will be your mean. Okay, i-add ra nimo tanan plus. Okay, now if you're looking for the variance, then all you have to do is just extend it another time, put x squared, and this time this means that you square each of the values of your random variable, discrete random variable. Okay, so imo siyang i-square, and then afterwards the answer niha, you will add it to another column again. Let's say diri lang kuno kay nako gi-add, but ang pasabot na ko kay diri sa ginatumian di na mo gud masuwatan. Okay, so you multiply x squared with p of x, kay mo may gingon dinhi x squared times p of x. So once you do that, you write it down sa iyang particular column. Let's say kani dinhi ang column ha sa kani nga pares, kani ug kani nga pares, sunod kani, for kani ug kani nga pares, so on and so forth. Okay, so that's how you compute for the mean and variance. This is kulang di ay, that's u minus u squared. Okay, so you have to compute first for the mean, then you square it, so you can plug it in the pita. Okay, or in yung i-substitute, I mean the pita. Then you can just subtract the answers from the summation and the mean squared, and you should be able to get the variance. Okay, I also want you to recall yun sa pag-compute ang z-scores. Okay, we're computing for the area or probability below or above a score or between scores. Okay, so remember when you're computing for the z-score, the formula is x minus mu over standard deviation, where x is the row score being asked in the problem. Okay, for example, moana, what is the probability of blah 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 to get the row score of 20, to get the row score below 20. Ibutang lang 20 kunuhay. Okay, so since there is a number in the question that is actually the row score that you're trying to figure out, mao may mo gitry figure out kanang 20 na number kung asa siya na belong. Okay, so that will be your x. Your mean and standard deviation sometimes are provided in the problem, so all you have to do is just rewrite it again sa inyong formula. Isuwat lang siya sa formula or i-substitute siya sa formula. Okay? Now, the purpose of getting the z-score is that it's much easier to compute for the area using the z-score table. Okay, di ba sa inyong table, atong inyong songbook pa, inyong term, um, the values that you will see there, if kanang lang mo z-score na, will be the area of under the curve from the leftmost part of the normal curve to the point at which the score that you're focusing on is located sa inyong normal curve. Okay? So, from left to that point of the x-score. Okay? That is the area kung sa mga na provide diha sa z-score table. Okay? So, importante ang z-score kaya mas dali siya makakompute for the value of the area. Okay? If above ang imuhang question, like mo nang more than a specific number, like more than 30 or above 30, or greater than 30, then all you have to do is just find the area of that particular score sa imong z-score, then you subtract 1. Okay? 1 minus the answer of that area sa inyong z-score table. And that should be your answer for katong scores if ang question is saying above that score. Okay? But what if between? Okay? What if between? So usually man 20 and 30. So na between siya nga between siya nga data. Okay? So all you have to do is just compute for the z-score of any of the scores, like the bigger one or the smaller one. Ikaw magbuot. So for example, i-compute nimo ang unang dako na score, i-mo convert to z-score, and then ang imuhang mas gamay nga score, imong i-convert into z-score again. And then you locate the areas of those bigger score and the lower score sa imong z-score table, and afterwards, you subtract ang dako nga score ibanan sa mas gamay nga score. Okay? And that will be the answer if ang question is all about between two scores. Okay? Between two scores. Also, I want you to study, okay, mo naman tag-discuss ani, but recently lang kaayo. So, I want you to study unit 6, I believe. Yeah, unit 6. Unit 6.1 and unit 6.2, where it talks about mean and variance of sampling distribution. Okay? Sampling distribution na siya. So, we had different formulas. Kung ano nakita niyo sa screen, we have for the population variance o population mean, and we also have the mean of the sampling distribution or the variance of the sampling distribution of the sample means. Okay? So, mo ng formula. So, let's dissect. For population, that is, kung na-i score explicitly gyud gituyo gyud hatag sa problem nga dili siya paris-paris gani, like the whole na gyud siya nga set of scores from the population. Okay? So, kung nga na may tabo, you can use this formula sa inyong screen for population. That is, population mean is equal to the summation of the x or the scores of the population. So, tanang scores na makita niyo sa population, imong i-add, divided by the n or the population size. Or, if mangita ka sa variance, the formula is mo na summation of x squared minus summation of x raised to square over n nga dako divided by n nga dako. Okay? So, again, n nga dako means population size. And in order for you to easily kaning plug in the value of ex squared and ex, then you do katong tabulation form. Katong ingani ba? Where you tabulate your x or random variable. So, imo ipangsot na we add it for the mean. And then, you recompute it using x squared. Okay? So, imong i-multiply by, or whoever does the computation, imo i-square ang kada score sa imong samples. Samples ba? Sa kada random variable or sample. Okay. So, for the sample means, ang relationship niya will be summation of x bar times p of x bar. Now, notice that the formula here is just the same with the mean, or almost the same, with the mean and variance of the discrete random variable. So, the same concept is applied when computing for the mean of the sampling distribution of the sample means. Okay, same lang yapon. So, you just have to add once you have finished multiplying the random variable to its probability. Each of the random variables to its probability. Okay? And for the Variance of the sampling distribution of the sample means mo na siyang formula. Same lang sa population. The difference is only the excess bar, meaning it is the samples, what do you call this one? Random variable, I believe. Random variable. And the n here does not mean population size, but the number of rows in your sampling distribution. Okay? So, imo lang ihapon siya. Now, that is it for the video, no? Because I believe, kung akong isagol ni sa pikas ng video, which is 25 minutes, it's almost 45 minutes na ang review. Again, the questions here are the same sa unsa inyo makitaan sa test paper, but they are not arranged in the manner that is also arranged in the test paper. So, lahi siya pagka hanay. Okay? And also, I wish you good luck po sa inyong exam. Midterm na ba, no? So, it's a big chunk of your grade sa senior high school. Kay senior high school na ba ka mo? So, I want you to do your best during the exam. So, hopefully, you would get a good mark, or kung pala rin, makakuha ta og perfect score. And I encourage everyone, no, especially katong mga petiks-petiks na kaayo during our classes, not listening, sleeping, doing cellphone, gaming, or mag-chismis na lang yun, or in the worst case, kuan lang yun kaning mo tipas yun pagawas kunuhay, then di na mo balik. Okay? So, I'm fully aware of those mga kuan behaviors ninyo, no? And, I encourage you to, since midterm na ba, and if you're still going to do the same for the rest of the semester, then don't really expect yourself to get even worst case na yun ang dili yun makapasar, especially kung wala yun kay pakialam kung unsay mahitabo nimo sa school. Okay, maybe in your mind teachers will save you, or maybe your parents will rush to the school and fight with the teacher so you could get a good grade. Di mo maikod nga dagko na mga tao din ma-parent lang gyapon ninyo ang inyong ang kanang middleman in trying to negotiate with your grade. Wala gyud sa sistema ninyo nga kamo na lay maning kamot. Murag tanang blames ang teacher lang gyud pirmi ang sad-an. Wa magtarong tudlo ang teacher. Dili mo answer sa question ng teacher kay di man sad mangutana. So anong sala man na sa teacher kung di mo mangutana. Okay? So anyways, I encourage you to watch this video good. I encourage you to understand carefully tanan akong gitabi dinhi sa video. And also the first video that nga naputol lang kay nakuyawan ko kadali, murag na ay inkanto diri somewhere sa akong kwarto. And anyways, again, I just want you to familiarize the answers and even the concepts here kay base in taking the exam, malamdagan ta sa balang espiritu, tabangan ta nga mag-answer sa ato ang mga sa inyohang exam. Okay? So again, I wish you good luck sa inyong exam. For those nga ganing wala pag pakaba na in town sa ilang mga scores, even gani sa ilang mga missed activities, even pagani sa last semester, please don't push me to the limit where I will never entertain an option to save your score from failing. Okay? Ayaw ko paabta sa point nga di na gyud to mo salbaron, kay di na gyud di ay mo masalbar bisan unsa pa nako salbar. Ayun yung paabuta. Masig naanad mo from previous years nga ang teachers lang yun pirmi mangitag paagi ninyo. No, don't get me wrong. I will give you hell if you give me hell. Daghan na kay mig trabahoon, inyo pa mi tagaag laing trabahoon. So, ayaw, this is not a threat, this is just a warning. Okay? Lahi ang threat sa warning. Ang threat hadlokon ta gyud tinud-on gyud nako. Ang warning is paabta ko sa point nga din mapuno ko, buhaton gyud na nako. Okay? So in town, please help yourself. We cannot teachers can't help you if you don't help yourself anyways. So mao to siya. So that's it for the video. Again, I hope that you get a good mark from the exam. This is a big portion of your grade in this subject, kay midterm exam man siya. So please study, do your diligent work as student, be responsible already kay dagko na kay mo, naguyab-uyab na mga mo, igat-igat na mo. Okay? And that's it. Goodbye, and I wish you good luck again.